Hi, welcome to Yoga with Amber Kleid. My name is Amber, and today I'm going to lead you in a slow flow and unwind class. And it is exactly as it sounds. We'll begin with a slow flow and we are going to unwind. So I highly suggest if you have a yoga bolster or maybe a couple of big bed pillows, grab those and then grab a couple of blocks as well. And then I'm also sitting up on top of a blanket if you like one for knee comfort, and also to kind of lift the hips a little bit to relax the thighs down as you sit. Go ahead and pause the video and grab those. I'll be waiting for you when you get back. So if you enjoy this video, I would so appreciate a thumbs up. You can say hi, I will get back to you, or subscribe to my channel. I would be so appreciative. So to begin, let's go ahead and just start in a seat, whatever feels comfortable in your body. And you're just going to lengthen up through the spine, relax those shoulders back. And I'm just going to invite you to come in and take a couple of breaths. And if it feels comfortable, you can close your eyes. And just breathing deeply into the belly. You can sigh it out through the mouth if that feels good to you. A couple more times, breathing in. And relax. Release the breath. Soften the skin on the face. Breathing in. And exhale, releasing the shoulders away from the ears. Relaxing the arms all the way down to the fingers. And let's play around with an extended breath here. So all that means is we'll inhale for a count of 5 and we'll exhale for a count of 7. And I will go ahead and count for you. All you need to do is breathe. And if you'd like, you might put your hands on your belly just for a little extra connection here. Again, just soften those shoulders back, let your knees fall away and relax. And let's take a regular breath to prepare. Breathing in and release. On your next inhale, we're going to breathe into the belly for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause and get ready to exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let all the breath release and then breathing in again for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause and release for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round, breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, release for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back to your regular pace of breath. And if you're not used to breathing long, deep breaths, it might feel a little straining, but try not to hold the breath when you're doing that, and try not to really strain to push it out either. If you're not at 5 count, 7 count, 5 count, and 7 count yet, it's okay. Don't worry about that. As you practice the deep breath, the deep breathing, you'll start to notice that you'll be able to breathe in and release a little bit more at a time. Go ahead and place your hands on top of your knees. We're just going to play with a few cat-cows here as we stay seated. So breathing in, chest moves forward and up. And exhale, rounding chin to chest. Breathing in and up. And exhale, chin to chest. keep that going. We're going to do 3 more rounds. Last time, deep breath in, chin lifts to the sky. And last time as we exhale, moving into cat. And let's go ahead and pause here for just a moment and lengthen the hands out so they really reach around the knees. And allow your back to kind of sink back, chin to the chest. And then make little smileys. So you're going to draw your chin towards one shoulder and then the other. Back and forth. And then come back to center and breathing up. Let's rotate the shoulders a little bit. And while you're doing that, it's kind of like patting the head and the belly at the same time. But see if you can roll your wrists a little bit. And then maybe change directions. Whew. All sorts of popping and cracking happening. All right, good. Let's go ahead and come out of our seat. And again, if you want to pad your knees, you can put a blanket underneath your knees for a little extra comfort. We're going to come to our hands and knees, and we find our tabletop position. So wrists under shoulders, knees underneath our hips. We're long through the spine, and that length extends through the back of the head. So we're not dropping our head down and we're not looking up, but we've got this nice long line. So breathing into the right hand and lifting it up to the sky, we're going to open up the chest. And we're going to exhale and just thread the needle. So right hand's going to float underneath the left, and we're going to relax here for 3 breaths. You can extend the left hand out long. You can extend the left leg out long, pressing into the toes, reaching through the heels, pressing into the palm of the hand, making sure that our neck is not crunched. If it is, you can rest your head on top of a block or a blanket. One more breath here. And on your exhale, dropping the knee, bring the left hand toward your nose and bring yourself up. Place the right hand down, and let's go ahead and do that on the left. So breathing the left hand to the sky. Big breath in. And exhale, we're going to float that left hand down underneath the right arm. And we're going to extend the right arm out, pressing the palm into the ground. And if you want, you can extend the right foot back as well. And you don't have to do this, of course. It's just another choice. Using a block or blanket under the head if the neck feels crunched, and breathe. Good. One more breath. On your exhale, you're going to drop your right knee and then slowly bring the right hand towards your nose. Come on back up. We're going to extend the hands out in front of us. And we're going to drop the hips back and take a puppy pose, dropping the heart down to the ground. And we're going to try to keep our hips up as best as we can. So this is not a child's pose. We're going to feel a nice little stretch through the chest, through the armpits, through the side body, maybe even all the way along the arms. Toes can be tucked or they can be relaxed, top of the feet relaxing on the ground. Connect to your low belly.
And breathe. One more breath here. And go ahead and put your elbows on the ground and roll yourself forward, letting the top of your head stay on the ground. And we're going to just get a little deeper stretch in the neck. And then gently roll yourself back, lifting the head. We're going to use one palm and then the other, bringing ourselves back up into tabletop. Keeping those palms reaching out in front of you. Turn those toes under. Lift up your hips. And we're going to come into our first downward facing dog. Pressing into the fingertips. Lifting and lengthening up through the arms. Let your shoulders find this nice external rotation. And we're hugging in our low belly, lifting the hips, and we can walk our dog here. So just dropping the heels, maybe one at a time. Knees can be bent generously, especially if you're feeling a little tight in the hamstrings today. There's no rush to get anywhere. And then we're going to anchor down our right heel. We're going to breathe in and lift the left leg up. Reaching through the toes, maybe dropping down just a little bit more into that right heel and breathe. Maybe rotate the ankle in the left leg. And then when you're ready to take a nice big breath in, press through the palms, lengthening just a little bit more. And as you exhale, we're going to draw knee towards left elbow. Breathe it out. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, knee towards elbow. Breathe it out. One more time. Breathing in and up. And this time we're going to exhale and we're going to draw that left foot all the way forward. Placing the foot on the mat. Back leg is lifted. We keep our front knee above our ankle. And we breathe deeply and draw the hands above the head. As we exhale, we soften in the shoulders. And we come into our high lunge. Breathing nice and slow, feeling the strength of the legs, pressing through the back heel. If it feels comfortable, you can drop that back heel down, foot at a 45-degree angle. So it's more like a warrior one. And we're going to take an inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to drop the chest forward and fingertips are going to sweep to the ground and reach to the back of the mat. And we're going to pause and hold here for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a big breath in, and on your exhale, right hand's going to come down to the ground on the inside of your foot, and left hand's going to reach to the sky, and we find our Revolve Twist. Nice big breath in. And exhale, we're going to float left hand down on the inside of the left foot, and we're going to rotate our body around, keeping that nice wide stance. Toes are going to be pointing forward, and we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. Bring those hands out underneath your shoulders so you kind of have a flat back position here. And we're going to breathe in and lift. And exhale, soften the chest down, maybe bending the knees a little bit. Breathe out. Inhale, lift again. And exhale. Breathe down and out. Breathing in, coming up. And last time, exhale, forward fold. If you'd like, you can stay here and clasp the elbows with your palms. And just let your shoulders hang, releasing in the neck here. And just take a couple of breaths. And we're going to take our left hand down to the ground, palm underneath your nose. And then breathe in with the right hand, reaching to the sky, pressing into the soles of the feet, rotating the shoulders so it's away from the ear. And then exhale, bringing that right hand down. Inhale, left hand's going to come to the sky, pressing into the right sole of the foot, getting some activation on the inside of the thigh. And then exhale, float it down. We're going to do one more time on each side. Right hand to the sky. And exhale, release it down. And inhale, left hand to the sky. And exhale, float it down. We're going to go ahead and bring those heels in just a little bit. Point those toes out. We're going to drop our booties down and we're going to come into a nice little squat here. Rolling those shoulders back. We're not going to be here long. We're just going to take the hands on the insides of the thighs and we're going to drop into that left shoulder first, pressing into the soles of the feet. And then breathing in back to center and then exhaling right shoulder down towards our left foot. And then breathe it back in and up. Nice deep inhale. Reach the hands to the sky. Straighten the legs out. And exhale, float the hands down. We're going to heel toe our feet together. And we're going to come to the front of the mat. Coming into our mountain pose. Let's take a nice deep breath in, fingertips high to the sky. And bring those palms together and float them down as you come into a forward fold. Breathing in and up, flat back. And exhale, release. Let's do one more, breathing in and up, flat back. And exhale, release. So this time, we're going to go ahead and take our left foot back and our right foot back. We're going to find ourselves back in our downward facing dog for just a few breaths. So you might notice if something is feeling a little bit different in your downward dog now that we've done some movement. Maybe the hamstrings and the calves feel a little bit looser. Maybe you feel a little stronger in the arms. And we're going to anchor down our left foot this time, and we're going to breathe the right foot up. Rotate that ankle, take an exhale, soften into the left heel just a little bit more. And then breathing in, reaching up, and exhale, knee to elbow. 2 more times, breathing in and up. And breathing out and forward. Last time, breathing in and up. And this time we're going to drop the foot. Place it so our knee is above our ankle. And then when you're ready, breathing in nice and deep, we're going to draw the hands up. And we're going to take our time in this pose to get settled. So soften your shoulders. Check into the legs. Notice if you'd rather have your foot at a 45-degree angle and flat than lifted through the heel. Maybe we soften a little through the tailbone. Get active in those legs. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to start to draw the chest towards our thigh. Fingertips are going to sweep to the floor and reach back. Take a few breaths here. Calm and strong. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to drop the left hand down and reach the right hand up to the sky. And we find our Revolve Twist. On an exhale, go ahead and bring the right hand down to the inside of the right foot. We're going to press into the palms and we're going to release our right foot back behind us. We're going to find our plank. And I'm going to give you an option. You can chaturanga down into upward dog or baby cobra. Or if you have shoulder issues, it might feel good to drop the knees and then just let the chest come forward as you take a nice deep exhale. Breathing in. And as we exhale, we're going to come back into that plank. Take a nice deep inhale, move back into that, maybe chaturanga, or maybe we just drop the chest and come into this nice little back bend into our upward facing dog. And then as you exhale, turn those toes under, back into plank. And then this time we're going to drop our knees, bring our toes together, and exhale, releasing hips back and come into a child's pose. And we're just going to take a few breaths here, breathing into the back body. And on your next breath, we're going to draw ourselves back into our tabletop. And we're going to reach out for our bolster or our pillows. And we're going to make our way into a pigeon with support, a supported pigeon. So you're going to draw your left foot forward and walk the toes to the right edge of the mat. So your shin does not have to be parallel to the front of the mat. Most likely your leg is going to be bent and your heel is going to be close to your right hip bone. Your left heel close to your right hip bone. So we lengthen out the leg behind us. And I'm going to draw this bolster nice and close. And if you feel like your hip behind you, your left hip is floating, I offer to use your block to support your bottom a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and drop on down. And we're going to rest on our bolster for a few minutes. So just take a couple of breaths here. And I'd also like to offer up spreading your left toes. And allow yourself to just rest on the pillow, feeling supported, breathing into that left hip. Allowing the body to get soft. Releasing any tension. And just coming to your breath. Sometimes pigeon can be hard. So just breathe into it. And if for some reason your regular pigeon does not feel good, you can go ahead and lift your booty up
And come down into a seated position where your right knee is going to be bent and the right foot's going to face the back of the wall. Your front leg is going to stay right where it is, and you can draw your bolster up in any fashion that's going to feel comfortable to you so you can rest. But this way is a little less on the hips, but you're still getting a nice stretch. So let's take 5 more deep breaths. And then when you're ready, find a little bit of movement in the forehead, maybe swaying it from side to side. Pressing the palms into the ground or onto the bolster and lifting yourself up. We're going to go ahead and scoot the bolster out of the way for just a moment. And we're going to stretch out that left leg behind us. So come into tabletop with the right knee down, pressing the left foot back, pressing through the heels, pressing up through the palms of the hands. Stretch it out. Good. You can give it a little shake if you think that's going to feel good. And we're going to go ahead and move to the other side. So choosing whichever pigeon feels good to you. So you can outstretch the back leg or you can rest on your hip. Either way, we're just going to be folding forward. I'm going to go ahead and tuck a block underneath my right hip for a little extra support. Bring my bolster in. And I'm trying not to smush my microphone. So if you want to rest your chest and head completely on your bolster, please do. Let your arms drape around it. Whatever's going to be most comfortable for you in your neck. Relaxing the shoulders. Spreading the toes on the right foot. And find your breath. You might take a few deep breaths before you settle in.
Keep breathing. Encouraging softness throughout the body. We're going to take 5 more breaths. And when you're ready to find a little bit of movement, you can rock the forehead from side to side. And then draw the palms to the bolster or to the mat. If you're using a block to prop your booty up, go ahead and move that. Just push your bolster out of the way just a little bit. And release that right leg back behind you, coming into tabletop, left knee on the ground, right foot way back. Press into that heel, pressing into the palms of the hands. Good. And you can shake that leg if you want. Woo-hoo. So we're going to come into kind of a restorative pose here. And I'm just going to go ahead and prop my bolster up just a little bit. It's up to you. If you have blocks, you can. If not, no worries. I'm just going to turn around. My low back is going to come to rest against the bolster, and my feet are going to come into cobbler's pose. So I'm going to draw the soles of the feet together, and I'm going to go ahead and rest back. Let my arms relax by my side. If you want, you can rest your hands on your tummy. I know this pose can feel a little vulnerable sometimes, so just take care of you. You can put a blanket over you if you'd like. And we're just going to rest and breathe. Closing the eyes if it feels comfortable. And maybe just offering yourself a sense of gratitude for coming to the mat today. Maybe offering up a little self-love. You can imagine the space around your heart growing and expanding, reaching out to those closest to you. And then maybe just some folks that you don't necessarily know, but acquaintances that you see when you're out and about running your daily errands, the people that help you at the grocery store, at the bank, the folks that wash our cars, work on our roads. And then maybe extend the heart out to the whole town or city that you live in. Just imagining that everybody gets a little piece of your love. And if you really want to stretch it out, you can let it stretch out across the country that you live in, all over the world. Offering up some peace and love, not only just to yourself, but to everybody here. We're all kind of floating in the same boat.
And just notice how that feels to give without any expectations. We'll just take a few more breaths here. And when you feel ready, you can start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. And then we're going to put our hands underneath our thighs on the outside and gently coax our knees together. And then walk the feet out about hip distance apart and just drop the knees gently from side to side, just maybe twice on each side. And then coming back to center, let's draw one leg into our chest. We're going to wrap our hands around it. And we're going to use that leg to draw ourselves up into a nice seated position. I just like to take this moment to bring the hands to the heart space and say thank you for being here. Thank you for practicing with me. Until next time, thank you.